piss you off.
Hello, 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 and I'm your host Banada, and today let's talking about Samurai Deeper Kaio, and you can probably tell if looked at the title, or the middle of the screen, or used your brain, or you read the thing last week where I said we're going to read this,
Or you listened to the last podcast. Heh. Heh, no, you didn't.
or
But
listen to the last 15 seconds. I mean, there's plenty of time for
you
you to
got,
figure out what we're doing this week.
yeah, Samurai Deeper. It's Samurai, but it's deeper.
Damn right.
Uh,
And this has some backstory. This is probably one of the earliest mangas I've read because I read it at a friend's house and he had it and I loved it, and I still do.
I, I'd never read this. He just told me to read it, and I was like, well, this is an episode. So
Yes.
let me give you the description of it. At the dawn of the 17th century, at the end of the era of eras, what? At the end of the era of civil wars, I'll just cut that down to a correct sentence. In a world of chaos, the epic battle of Sekigahara was joined. One man emerged from the largest battle ever fought on Japanese soil, a terrible warrior of unspeakable power. He was nicknamed the the unconquerable. Oh, you didn't even say anything after that. This is an awful description. Kiyoshiro is a peaceful medicine peddler who harbors the soul of an assassin. He accompanies a young bounty hunter across Japan in search of a murderer and on a quest to discover the terrible secret of his own identity.
Okay, that's like kind of blatantly not true. That's
Yeah,
actually
but I mean,
that's actually not true.
it's. But could you, like,
So,
say. You couldn't make it true without spoiling chapters.
well, we can do that. I think we can do that because I think
Well, he wasn't an assassin, he was a samurai.
right, but it's still like he knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what he can do. He just doesn't
Yeah,
do it.
Kiyoshiro knows who he is.
Yeah,
But
that's never a question. He knows. Now he is looking for somebody. That's the only part of the goal, but that's really it.
yeah, and we couldn't. But you can't like correct medicine peddler or anything like that.
I mean, technically, he's a at this time period. He's a medicine peddler.
Is he really though? Does he ever sell medicine?
He
The
has to
one
get.
time he made like a pheromone thing.
He helps those. He brings that one dude back to life. Of course, that might not have been medicine. That might have just been magic.
Whatever. But yeah, Kiyoshiro walking across with. I almost said Yu Yu Hakusho instead of Yuya.
So it's basically the main characters are actually Kaio, and not Kiroshiro. We're gonna spoil this right now. Kiroshiro goes away for like most of the manga. Only shows up periodically.
Yeah.
Even though he is still. Even though Kaio and Kiroshiro are the two biggest characters in terms of importance and storyline, and everything has
Kaio
happened.
gets most of the screen time.
Yeah, because Kiroshiro has already gone through technically his whole character development, story arc, and stuff like that has happened in the past. And
Yeah.
currently, it's Kyle. He's trying to help out his old friend Kaio.
So, you want to give our recommendations before we jump into more spoilers, or
Well, you want to do our ratings or what? Like,
no, just like if you recommend to read this or not.
well, I mean, I recommend it to you, so I think
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah, I
obvious
recommend
what
reading it. It's pretty good. If you, um,
It becomes a little bit more shonen
hype,
later on.
I'll say this: Hyper Rurouni Kenshin.
It's for Rurouni Kenshin if like he was a murderer.
If the Hidakori Batosai just came out every day,
If it's Rurouni Kenshin if he did not give a damn about any other life,
it's
anybody else's
legit.
life.
All right, yeah, we're past it. Read it. Spoilers are over in are gonna start happening in 5 seconds. So yeah, literally,
The cake is a lie.
the cake, the ghost is a lie. The cake is a lie. Everything is a lie. The tea is a lie. Has sleeping agent in it. But yeah, like literally, this is like the beginning of it. At least is Rurouni Kenshin if the Hidakori came out every fight. If he every time he was like, I didn't want to kill people, and then he just flipped the blade around and started slashing at necks.
Yeah. Hell, even Kiroshiro when he fights, is still kind of like, I'm gonna cut you into pieces.
Which did
You-
not know yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said,
Well, Kiroshiro shows up occasionally. I don't know if that's a huge.
he never
spoiler.
fights though. He hasn't fought until like
Well,
in the chapters.
they kind of show him fighting a little bit, like the part with Red Tiger. Remember when he was blogging?
Oh yeah,
It
where
kind
he was
of
bluffing.
well, he wasn't bluffing. He was
Yeah.
bluffing about being Kaio, but he wasn't bluffing about, you know, being in any danger whatsoever.
Well, the scene is supposed to look like he's obviously bluffing
Well,
because you weren't supposed
well, the
because
thing
you're
is
not
though,
supposed to
like,
have knowledge
oh, well,
from the next 200 chapters of shit.
well, the thing is,
Okay.
but however, but if you look at it, you can obviously tell because even with the whole aura thing, you can't fake the aura. That's something that they just be able to feel. Of course,
According to this manga, I've seen many people fake auras in much manga.
of course, when they show off his real aura, it's like completely different than Kaio's. It's more just like his aura is more like I don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
Kaio's like I'm gonna kill everybody. Kyoshio's like I don't give a fuck. I'm about to go eat some ice cream or some shit.
They actually do that at one
Yeah,
point.
they do. Yeah, they do.
Like,
They're the
in
big-
the earlier chapters, he like after he kills all the people, he's like he goes up to Yuya and he's like, "You want to get some ice cream?" After Kyo gropes her tits,
He does that a lot in the beginning.
he does that so many times, and every time he's like, "You're still not any bigger. You're starting to disappoint me a lot here.
It's like,
Maybe I should just kill you."
so that's the secret of life, guys. Tits. But
Tits. You know what? Honestly, that time period, get some tits. Maybe I won't kill you.
but you might get raped, which they kind of imply several times in this series.
Yeah.
He's doing that.
Yeah.
Did you see the part where he's like, I'm gonna rape you? Yes, he says that.
No.
Yeah, my translation, the one I read, I guess he says that.
Oh no. Who does he say that to?
I'm not sure who. He just like says it randomly.
Oh, okay. They do also spend a lot of times in brothels.
Yeah, they
A
do.
lot of the time is spent in brothels. And I was thinking, like, how hype would it be to be able to walk into Motel 6 or like a Hamptons or something and be like, I would like 6 bottles of sake and 3 women delivered to my room. And the concierge would be like, all right.
I'm assuming I'm assuming you can do that in some hotels. Just they have a lot of money.
Also, you probably wouldn't ask the concierge.
Yeah. Oh, they're probably not. No, you probably just like call front desk.
Yeah, well, yeah. You'd have to get someone special to get the prostitutes, is what I'm saying here.
Sure.
Here it's just like, yeah, they're sleeping in the back, it's fine.
Well, I mean, back then, it wasn't like
yeah,
that
yeah.
big of a what's it called? It wasn't illegal, for one.
Oh yeah.
And then like nowadays you gotta get a prostitute. You gotta like actually like sometimes search for it to like unless you're like in Las Vegas.
Escort service.
Unless you're in Las Vegas where you just like walk out in the goddamn street and it's like
Still
bang.
illegal.
Yeah,
You're
but-
likely to just be talking to a cop that's pretending to be a prostitute.
Well, technically there are like legal brothels in not in Nevada.
No.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, in Nevada, not in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, not in Las Vegas. No.
No, it is very illegal. It has to. You can't even be in Clark County. So
I don't know the counties at all for
Clark
Nevada.
County takes over half of Nevada and most of California.
Really?
Yeah.
How is it so large?
They have money. Lots of money. Lots and lots of money. But yeah. So brothels, if you like brothels and people being beheaded, this is not
like-
beheaded.
this is
Split
like-
in two.
Yeah, and there's some people get beheaded.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
a
I
lot
mean,
of death.
I guess
There's a
do
lot
you
of
count-
death and dismemberment in general.
do you count as a beheading when he cuts the person to like bits? When he just goes nuts.
Okay, he
Like-
generally doesn't behead people because he just cuts them into tiny pieces. Other
Yeah.
characters behead people because they don't cut people into little tiny pieces.
Yeah.
Like isn't that like his major move is like they're both Kyo and Kirishio's major move is
Yeah, that like wind
divine,
thing.
Yeah, the divine wind.
Divine wind, where you just like slices them apparently ever so like
And then they
lightly
move,
enough
and then
that when they
boom.
move, they just start falling to pieces. Which I mean, you've seen in like every samurai manga. And
It's
movie.
basically just
Still
what's it called? Fist of the North Star.
every death in Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's pretty much like a lot of it's in a lot of samurai manga and other manga like that. But I really like it. I mean, that's always like one of the coolest ways for people to die in manga, is when they
The
just
one
don't
stroke-
recognize that they're dead yet.
The one stroke battle.
Yeah,
You see a lot more of it. That continues on with the series.
Thank God. I hate it when like as you know, Rurouni Kenshin was they did this a lot, where like it'd be a battle, like a fight between the two of them, and then just one of the characters would be like, "It looks like one shot's gonna end this," and I'm like, "Fuck you!" Then just do it at the beginning. Why
Well,
don't
what?
you pull out your like secret of whatever school you were of Kenshin? I can't remember what it was called. Like, why don't you just pull out that secret move at the beginning?
Well, normally
Fuck.
here, like when they have those moves, it's more like either A, I'm going to kill myself if I do it, which is makes your moves stupid, and honestly.
Yeah.
But a lot of their moves are like, yeah, you can never do this unless you just like have no other chance and you're like we're ready to die. It's like, man,
If I use my full power, I'll blow up the earth.
like you're gonna see a fight in like a few chapters with Red Tiger where he has a move like where you see his did you see his special move yet? His killing
No.
move, his instant win move.
No.
It's
From
called
so far, what Red Tiger does is he rips people's hearts out with a spear.
yeah, he's another. It's called 8 inch, and
Okay.
it doesn't hit you. Well, it does hit you. If it hits you, you die.
Let's save this for when we're talking about
Oh,
past chapter
yeah,
40.
whatever. I'm gonna spoil it. I don't care. I'm gonna spoil Red Tiger. Deal with it.
See, like I said, half a Pandora Hearts episode.
Red Tiger. This is the only thing I'm gonna spoil. Only thing. Last thing. Promise.
5 minutes later.
Shiro is a blank. Kaio is a blank.
Every blank dies. Let me outline the story points for the next 200 chapters.
Let me tell you how the story ends. Shiro is the best. There you go. Oh wait, no, sorry. Kaio's the best.
Sasuke is God. The end.
I'm not gonna say anything about that one, but that's not true. That's not a spoiler. That's not true. I feel like anti-spoiler to anti-spoiler spoiler, which if I had not reacted to, would have had to do it. But
Yeah, exactly.
Red Tiger. He has a move where it's unblockable. It's called 8 inch, where basically it creates a shockwave. It's unblockable and it insta kills everybody.
Oh, like those shrimp.
Yes, it's kind of. But like, if
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
punching
Those shrimp that punch, and like if
Yeah.
even if they miss, the shockwave kills whatever they were punching at anyway.
yeah, he like basically he makes a bunch of clones to do it too. So it's like there's one
Well, that's
part
OP.
when he fights the guy. There's like, oh, he missed. There's no way the guy's like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then like, shit, I got like ripped to shreds in my last fight and I stabbed myself, so I'm like about to die.
Yeah, I saw.
Also, the character is like unfair and like has like regenerating and like immortal, so it's kind of like. It's one
Yeah,
of
I
those
saw
movies.
when they were doing like something you could actually see in the chapters we read was the last fight Red Tiger was in. He like because you were led to believe, not even led to believe. He tells you that he's a shadow master, and it's like just his shadows that you're seeing.
Yeah.
But he starts individually controlling them. Like they just start doing shit in one of the chapters, and they don't explain it after a
Oh
while.
yeah, the shadows are actually just straight up clones. They can
Yeah, that's some OP shit.
Red Tiger is like, it's kind of weird. He's like a character who shows up really early, and it's like when he first fights Kyle, you're like, oh yeah, he's not that big. But then like later on, it's like he just like
Also, I want to know why, like, if that's the case,
also he like
why in that chapter was did Kaio be like, oh, I can tell like which one is real because of the killing intent. If they're clones, they all should have the same aura, right?
he can get pissed off and gets like way like when he gets pissed off, he becomes he probably could kill Kyle like if he gets like extraordinarily pissed off. Because they mentioned like there one part there's like a character's like I'm gonna kill Yuya because he likes her. He's like just kind of snaps for a few seconds like oh shit that nigga's about to kill me. I probably should end this fight right now. I'll probably just
There is one thing I want to talk about. That one thing I really like about this manga is that they tease you with a question and then answer it like that chapter or the next chapter.
or like they
literally.
don't. There's not a lot of questions. It's pretty much hey who are you? Oh I'm Kyo. Do you have Kaio in you? Yes I do.
Yeah, well, I mean, even with it's like things where it's like they're not asking a question, but it's something that raises a question in your own mind. where like Red Tiger is talking with Assassin Bitch.
Okuna. Okuni.
Is that her name?
Yeah, it's like
The Black
OKUNI.
Widow chick.
My hero?
Yeah, Mahiro. There we go. Yeah. So when he's talking with Mahiro, she's like, she pretty much she calls him master at one point, and it's like, yeah, just you should probably stop following him because he's gonna kill you. Like Kyo's going to find you and kill you next
Yeah.
time. Give up. And I don't appreciate you using Yuya's body. I will fucking kill you if you try again.
Also
with
stop following me as well. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
know.
But then he's like, and then she leaves, and I'm like, oh shit, who is he actually?
And
And then like 4 pages later, he's like, being
I am the son of the guy we were just trying to kill
yeah,
in the last chapter.
being ego wow. I don't know how to say it. It's like IEGAWWU or some shit.
IEKWGA.
Okay, yeah, that fucking name. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm his son.
You know, it's just kind of weird that the guy didn't mention it at all since they saw each other. It's like, that's just my son
Yeah.
trying to kill me. I don't even care.
They probably just, he probably looked down and he's like, sap. Pussy.
What a bitch. He can't even kill me.
Nigga, you don't even know how to Azuna drop. Which is, I assume is what, like, that the power of whatever that dude's name was is. Like,
Yeah.
I assume he just does Azuna drops all over the place. He's just going crazy.
Yep, that's
Tokugawa,
exactly
I think his name is.
Which one?
The dude they're trying to kill, and the current
ninja.
ruler.
Oh, the ninja dude.
I didn't know if he was a ninja, but I thought he was a samurai.
Yeah, he's a ninja.
Oh,
He made the
Well-
ninja. He made all those ninjas. He's the one who trained all the ninjas. He's the ultimate ninja.
yeah.
Ultimate ninja. What's the Naruto game called?
Naruto Shippuden Full Burst.
Dude, it used to be called Ultimate Ninja or some shit.
Oh. Yeah. He trained the assassins from the beginning of the manga.
The ones who get murdered finally.
The ones who get murdered by Yuya. The most useless bounty hunter ever.
Well, she looks badass in like the first couple of chapters.
Oh
And then,
yeah,
like,
she's doing like spins and shooting bitches and
she has
shit.
like knives and stuff, and then later on, of course, also like the characters she fights, they sort of like ramp up in power just so quickly. Before she's
Yeah.
fighting like regular people, now she's like, oh yeah, these people are like, oh yeah, I'm just
Well, remember she was even getting bodied against regular people though too. Like that first group of bandits in the village straight body her.
she was
And she's like, that dude's so huge, I don't know who can beat him.
just
And then Divine Wind. The end.
game over. Wow.
Kyo wins. Dun, 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 dun.
Da-da-da, also, sort of something else I found very interesting about this manga was the thing they talk about with like killing intent, like that sort of major focus on the fighting scenes. Not so much they do talk about techniques a lot, but it's more like
Yeah.
a
That's
big
what I've
thing
seen
is characters
with-
actually like. It's like the knowledge of fighting instead of just oh yeah I can just fight. It's more like actual strategy and stuff like that. I just find I like
That's-
that.
That's what I've seen with a lot of good, really, like, with a lot of good battle manga. That's one of the main points of that History's Strongest Disciple manga that I read. It's like,
Psychology of it, I guess, in a way.
yeah. Well, pretty much like one of the main reasons, besides his like intense training all the time, pretty much the Kenichis won a lot of fights, is because everyone pretty much looks for killing intent, for like seeing pretty much how a fight's gonna go. And Kenichi is like the only person who goes into every fight with no intent to kill, only pretty much an intent to disable. So they can't read it as well.
Yeah, not this manga. Everybody has that.
No, everyone has an intent to kill.
Everyone.
There's no back of the blade here.
Nah,
There is
even Kiroshira, who was like, I'm trying not to kill people, has like this insane killing intent.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as fight to disable in the series. He will
Um,
cut somebody in half.
Yukimura.
Oh yeah, he does it.
He let his brother live.
He likes to win. He has an intent to win. No,
Yeah.
but he does. He does get an intent to kill sometimes when he gets pissed. When they
Yeah,
attack,
well, I remember like he gets pissed at his brother,
because he attacks.
and
Whenever anybody attacks his men, which is
yeah, yeah.
kind of probably a bad idea. Just
Well, I
anytime your troops get injured at all, you just flip the fuck out.
but doesn't that make? But it like power levels his battle potential. Doesn't that make that a great idea?
True, but he doesn't want them to fight ever. So it's kind of like he never. It kind of seems he doesn't really use them. He does, even though he is like super genius shit. At times he doesn't like use them. He's not like a character who like, oh yeah, if somebody dies, they die. It's more like they will never get hurt. If they get hurt, I will kill you.
Yeah, I remember the reason he snaps is because his brother is like, "Your useless men couldn't even do shit against me," and then he snaps and beats, like he beats his brother to near death.
He was trying to kill him. He was actually trying to kill him right there. It's
No,
just that,
one of the lines is I can feel that you intentionally
yeah, he does it. He misses
left
the
a wound.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. At the last second, he just stabs him through. He only stabs him through the chest.
Yeah, but he takes it off like the edge to the heart and just puts
Yeah.
it pretty much useless matter. Still a bad wound, but
Yeah,
something
they're still like, you probably get that cleaned up. Or else he'll
Oh yeah,
die.
he definitely is like, yeah, look, I'm gonna go. You should probably look that shit over, because
I kinda
that's
just cut you open.
yeah, you're kind of almost dead. You'll be good though. I trust you.
Gotta do what
I
you
want to
gotta do.
know how Izumo has been lucky enough to still be fucking alive. That dumb bitch. Like, I get in like some parts of it where he's throwing sword slashes at her and shit, but like she dodges it, whatever. There has been scenes where she is like at hands to his to her throat, him choking her out, and then he's like whatever, and then drops her.
He's not actually trying to kill her.
He should just kill her.
Probably-
She
probably
keeps on
should.
promising useful information, but drops nothing for him.
But she loves him.
Yeah. In the most insane, creepy love ever.
Yes.
You remember like the first 5 or 10 chapters where she's watching him, and she's like, good, show me a rain of blood, Kiyoshiro. And then like,
masturbates.
literally, her face, she's like, ah. And like, it's like insane. Literally, they draw it so her shirt's off and shit.
Like, it's pretty much like she literally actually does just like straight up masturbate when he fights.
Oh yeah, and like
pretty-
they have like the little steam puff come out of her mouth and everything. She's whacking it. But yeah, like she is really insane, and I don't know. I haven't seen
She's
enough of her
creepy.
character, I guess, to like want her to not be dead.
Oh, she's still insane, but she's like in love, so she like does the whole.
Oh yeah, like I've seen that.
She does
part.
more of that. It's just more of that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured
and
that's
she's not a dick to Red Tiger, so there's that. I mean, she's a dick, but she's not evil.
yeah. I mean, she's not all that. She's actually not all that evil to too many people.
Except for like Kaio.
Yeah, but that's just because she keeps on wanting to see blood flow.
I didn't realize Samurai Deeper was published in Weekly Shonen.
Yeah. Yes, it was. She, now I think about it, she's not even like a bit like a dick to Yuya.
No, behind her back she is.
Well, yeah.
But
But I mean, not enough to like where it's like I've been trying to kill you for a while
right.
or something like
The
that.
thing is, she like often betrays them.
Well, yeah, she's like that's already happened in this first 40 chapters. She sold information on them 3 times in 41 chapters.
And nobody cares.
No, they're pretty much like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Well, you know what I also assume? I assume that she is not the only reconnaissance spy that someone can have. So they're like, fuck it. Kill one, another one comes. Who cares? At least this one has nice tits. Which, you gotta admit, those are pretty nice tits.
At least you'll help out sometimes.
sometimes. And I mean, yeah. And I'm sure Kaio likes having the rack around because literally every time he transforms or sees Yuya again, like after a small period of time, he's like, not any bigger yet. You're fucking up.
I don't think she ever becomes bigger either.
No. Poor Yuya. Always searching for bigger tits. Never gonna get them. And then, oh, we never even talked about the art, did we?
Yeah, the art's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's
Some of the characters look alike, but some of them are actually supposed to look alike.
okay.
Like what's his name? Yukimaru.
Kaio and Kirishiro look so alike in the first 31 chapter.
Like Kyo and Yukimaru are supposed to look alike.
Yeah.
But you
Wait.
know.
Wait. Kyo or Kiyoshiro's body?
Yeah, Kiroshiro's body.
Which body?
Yeah, Kiroshiro's body.
Okay, I was gonna say Kaio's body looks pretty insane samurai-y.
Yeah.
Looks pretty hype.
Yeah.
But Kiyoshiro's body and Yukimura's body do look pretty much almost the same.
Yeah. And of course, one of them is trying to be hidden. The other one is kind of like, I'll just kill everybody who gets in my way. The other one's like, hey, can y'all like not try to attack me, please?
You know what I don't understand now? Like now that I know more or like more backstory from just like reading further into the chapters. In the first chapter, Yuya recognizes Kiyoshiro as Kaio.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when they do that.
He doesn't look anything like him. Nothing like the body that she's supposed to be looking for.
It's not like now this is a spoiler for the anime. Can we do spoilers for the anime?
I don't know. Why is it a spoiler for the anime and not the manga?
Because the anime was finished before the manga was finished. So it has a diverging timeline.
Okay, I get. If you don't want to hear, I'll hold up a finger. If you don't want to hear spoilers for the anime, come back when the finger's down. Just go.
All
Go.
right. In the anime, Kiroshiro and Kaio are the same person.
Is that the end of the spoiler?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is. Well, I'm gonna put this up because we need to talk about this shit. What?
But
They're
yeah.
the same person?
Yeah.
How much sooner does this shit end? Like,
the anime ended like 2002.
like seriously? They had to diverge from like chapter 20.
But yeah, they're the same person. Like, I mean, they still have like, he still trapped him in there.
So wait, where does it end? Wait, so he still trapped him in the mountain.
Yeah.
A different body,
Yeah.
but they're the same person.
Well, in the anime, he is a Mibu. He's for his clan. Their clan that like the way they.
Did you say a weeaboo?
No, Amiibo. He's like in the
Okay.
in the anime, Kaio is not a real person. He's like created. He was created.
Okay.
By the like Kiyoshiro's first name, right? His real name. Mibu,
No.
Mibu
No, we
Kiyoshiro. Kiyoshiro.
No, we don't know Mibu yet.
Oh.
So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
his real name, his clan. They made a bunch of like clones and shit to fight for them, and Kaio was one of them. And they like split Kiroshiro's soul into two. And at the end of the series, they fused together. Which does not.
is it like a magical girl transformation?
No, they're like the same person. It looks like exactly the same. Just fused.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's like, is there like a little scene where he's like, Sailor Kaio, go! And stars swirl around him. A little crown comes up onto him.
Nah.
Tiara, I mean, sorry.
But nah. Which is different from the anime where just like in the manga they're just two different people and they just happen like Kaio and Kiroshiro have to meet up one day like, hey, that's all, let's be friends, like, oh, okay, and then they're like, let's kill each other because you're evil.
All right, so coming off the end of that spoiler, we're talking pretty much about Kaio and Kiyoshiro. I think they did a really good job about deceiving you for like how long they did about Kaio and Kiyoshiro being the same person, but just like, other personas.
Yeah.
They did it pretty well. I mean, they both know the same people and shit like that, and they're both looking for the same person.
Yeah, they seem they're very. Of course, because they knew each other in real life. They before the
Yeah, yeah.
and also a little.
Well, I mean,
It was kind of they kind of do,
the
but they kind of like. And also a thing I like is how they kind of imply that Kiyoshiro was actually a badass a little bit.
oh, not even imply it. They straight up say,
Well,
they're like,
I mean, before that, they sort of like give
oh,
you a little bit of kind of hints, a little bit.
well, honestly, the one thing I like where I saw a lot of it was like him being able to get out of her tying him up so many times.
Also, like when he fights Red Tiger, and he's like dodging all his attacks for a little while,
Yeah,
and then he blocks it.
yeah,
But then, of
yeah.
course,
Like
later on, they straight up tell you like, "Oh yeah, he's the only person who could kill me."
he was the only person who beat me. Of course, like, and they're like, well, what do you want to do when you get your body back? Duh,
Finally
I
beat
want to
him.
fight Kiyoshiro.
And
Like,
finally beat him.
I love that his reaction wasn't like, oh, I want to beat Kiyoshiro. He was like, the fuck do you think, you moron? I want to beat Kiyoshiro.
I want to fight the most dangerous man in the world.
I want to get my soul put into. I want to take his soul again and then be put into a mountain one more time.
But yeah,
And bringing back to like the rape thing that happened, or like happens a lot, like implied rape.
yeah.
That do you remember the scene where Yuya first goes into the forest,
Oh yeah, that was weird.
where like the
That's a
thing,
weird
like
scene.
the little kids like come up to her and they
Yeah.
turn into
Monsters and rape.
rape eater monsters,
Yep. Yeah.
and then like I love how like all of a sudden terrified looks come across these monsters' faces as they're like explaining what goes on further in the forest, and then they go back to, well, we're gonna eat and rape ya. And then what it was, I can't remember who. I think it was Kaya. Yeah, obviously, because that's when she sees the scar on his back.
Right. The red.
Yeah, the cross scar on his back.
The red. Oh yeah, the red cross. It's red. You can't
Oh.
really. You can't really
Yeah.
tell because obviously there's no color, but it's
Because
a red
it's in
cross.
black and white.
Yeah, it's a red cross.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's important later, and I kind of want people to be able to figure that one out.
Yeah, but it's so the red cross, I guess, scar on his back is when she gets seen. But like that scene was like, I wondered how far it was gonna go. Like it was almost to the uncomfortable level of. Did you play Beyond Two
No.
Souls?
No.
Okay, did you ever watch anything of people playing Beyond Two Souls?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember the rape alley?
I've heard of it.
When so you never saw how close it gets?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, so spoilers for Beyond Two Souls.
Is it kind of like the almost rape scene in Tomb Raider? Except where it doesn't happen, you just get murdered.
Um
When you're in the
No.
village, you get tied up.
I think you missed on the he doesn't get murdered part though.
Yeah. No, I'm saying is that
Aiden fucking kills him.
Oh.
But yeah, so
Well, I mean, like, is it close, like that close?
yeah. Okay, I'll explain to you what happens here. So Jody is homeless.
Right. I knew it was during that part.
And the dude offers her money for blowjob. She follows him into a double alley. So an alley that goes like this.
Nah.
So
Nope.
literal rape alley. Like that. You don't ever go into an L-shaped alley.
I don't go into alleys generally, period.
Yeah. But so she follows him into there.
I'm not following anybody to a goddamn alley.
Gets behind a dumpster with him.
Nah.
Gets on her knees. Decides to back out. And he says, nah, bitch. And unzips his pants. And then you see him forcing her head down. And then Aiden chokes him out.
Okay,
That's
so
how close it gets.
We're never talking about Beyond Two Souls ever again. Hooray!
And, like, I want.
So,
You know what
talking
makes
about
that
Samurai
that
Deeper.
info? No. We're talking about this a little bit more. You know what makes that even more creepy?
No, I don't know. I don't honestly know. What
David
makes it more
Cage had an album of
Oh,
Ellen Page from ages 6 up.
oh yeah, we talked about. Didn't we already talk about this in
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we got.
But he also had that character to get raped. So
Well, obviously, it's for the story.
it's you need to feel the emotions.
So let's talk about Samurai Deeper.
So, yeah,
The
but
characters are pretty.
that's almost how close this one got.
The characters in this series are also pretty interesting.
Yeah, they are.
Like we have like
There's a few that just aren't. Though.
we Yuya.
Yeah. I want to avenge my brother.
She is like literally the most boring character in the entire series.
I want to avenge my brother, but I'm going to complain the entirety of the time because the man who has been pretty much racking up the bounties for me is drinking. I'm having to pay for him to drink and fuck.
Of course, she wants to kill him. So I mean,
I think she also wants to fuck him.
well, I mean,
Kind of wants to bone him.
She does.
Like,
Spoiler alert.
not even a spoiler
I'm sorry.
alert.
No, I mean, she does. No. Oh God. I mean, I don't know what I said. Spoiler alert to you. I said a lot of things in that few sentences. That's a bit of spoiler alert to you. So.
None of that was a spoiler though.
It kind of wasn't though. That's the.
No, because I mean, she has like scenes where she's like, oh, he doesn't look all that bad.
She is his love interest.
Yeah, she shouldn't be. I don't know. I want Yuya to just be gone.
Nope, she's his love interest for the entire series.
It should just end. Like the series should end with him just like going up to Yuya after a huge battle and just going for a grope and being like, still not any bigger. And then he walks over to Yuno and he's like, let's go. Or Zumo, I mean. And then just like, let's do this. End of manga.
You said Azuma. Interesting.
Is there a character named Zumo?
No.
Okay.
She gets with somebody else.
Oh.
Everybody gets with somebody. Everybody gets their own love interest, and they're all like, and they all have live happily ever after.
Everybody in the club getting dick.
Damn right.
All right. I'm liking it. Even Red Tiger gets a little bit of dick.
He does get a girlfriend though.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like someone does try to rape him or something. Like, okay.
Why would you try to rape him?
I mean, don't you like them cheeks?
Like, would you really?
You got a pretty scarf, boy.
Would you really try to rape the guy with a giant who walks around with a spear?
Well, I mean, you probably don't know that he walks around with a spear.
He does, but he just like has it always on him, like in the.
Well, I mean, like, let's say like you snuck into an inn at some point. And you're like, I'm gonna rape a dude, and does he like sleep with it?
Probably.
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, probably.
I think all the.
Have you ever seen a manga where the characters that have weapons don't sleep with a weapon nearby?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Yeah. Rurouni Kenshin.
He doesn't sleep with a weapon.
No. God, what's his name? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. The dude who was using pretty much the Dragon Slayer at the beginning. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one that starts throwing, like, who makes pretty much punching people his weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, he forgot to bring something, like, I can't remember what it was, like, the thing that makes it so he can do his earth-shattering punch without shattering his fists.
Yeah.
That dude, he forgot that, so he's like, fuck. Welp, I need to get to the living room somehow.
So since we have big at it, we've got off topic once again.
Yeah, I don't think. Do we have anything else to say about Samurai Deeper? Like who?
It's really good.
If we want to talk about the characters, Kyo, he likes killing people
And wine.
and
Tits.
and kids.
I said tits.
Oh, I was like, whoa, okay. Like he's just really into little boys.
No.
And then I'll
He likes.
just go down the list of protagonists I got here. Kiyoshiro. All we know about Kiyoshiro
Is that
up to chapter 41 is that he's the only person that beat Kyo.
Right. And he's apparently the most dangerous man in the world. And he likes medicine, and he's also a pervert.
Yeah, he also likes medicine, and he does love some titties. Yuya, she's who cares?
She has a gun.
She does have a gun.
With
It has
people,
3 holes.
Too bad people in this series can like cut bullets. Like every character.
Like Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh.
Too bad every character in the series can get shot and not care.
Unless they do. Except you.
Unless
until
they
you do.
Yeah.
um.
Yukimura, he's kind of cool.
He's kind of crazy. He got that little weird.
I like the
Wow,
description
weird.
they gave of his fighting style. Like, not his fighting style, but like his intent. He's like, he has the will to win, but not to fight.
He doesn't want to. He only makes a move if he knows for sure he's going to win. So he's
Yeah,
not,
he doesn't.
He doesn't take risk.
He won't do a 90-10. He has to be an 100
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Like the opposite
Which-
of like kind of the opposite of Red Tiger a little bit, who like takes a lot of risk and kind of gets his ass kicked sometimes because of it.
Yeah. Or the exact opposite of the main character for Hajime no Ippo.
Once again, that doesn't tell me anything. So
His fighting style is literally sprint through punches until I'm right next to you, so I can throw liver bows. So the exact opposite. Let's see who else we got. I don't even know who Sasuke is.
he's a little kid with the
Okay.
Muramasa.
Yeah,
That's who Sasuke is. He's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
yeah. We only got introduced to the Shisaiten, which is the 4 dudes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those people we don't know anything about. Red Tiger, he's kind of cool guy.
Just chill. He's the sort of like Lancer character, sidekick. Always kind of chill about everything. Does his own thing.
Yeah.
Same time.
Really wants to get with Yuya. Really wants to. I like how Yuya is still maintaining that she thinks she's going to be able to get the bounty.
Yeah,
on
like
these people.
on any of them.
Now, what do you think? Like, do you think even if you did get them to just walk in, after he would kill everyone? Like,
I'm not even sure how she even thinks she's gonna get them. Remember, she was like, "He's my feminine charms." Like, most of you guys don't. They're not that dumb.
yeah, I mean, you could get probably Red Tiger to go for it.
And they just leave.
Yeah,
He was
he's
just
like, whatever.
I
I'm
mean-
sorry.
I mean-
I'm the fucking Shogun's son.
I'm about to say, how are they gonna even arrest him?
How does he even have a bounty?
Well, I don't remember he always has his fake name, so his fake
Oh,
name
yeah.
probably has a bounty, but his real name, if you try to,
Yeah.
he went by that. Because remember, that's kind of what they say. Like, you can just like go home,
Yeah.
You just leave.
And then, yeah, his bounty was not anywhere near as high as Kaio's, obviously.
Ooh,
And then I love what Kiyoshiro's bounty is. It's like
100.
30 yen.
Yeah.
And it's just like because he didn't pay his food tab one time. Bring back dead or alive.
Shit is real.
These streets is real. And then Izumo. Yeah. Salute.
Yeah.
That's all I got for her.
But hey, that's
Salute
like
who spies.
That's the best kind of character.
Right? I'm down. You know what? What pisses me off in every manga that I read that happens every time in every fucking manga? The love interest, or like not even, you don't even have to be a love interest. The one that's supposed to try to be a love interest that is like super discreet about it. Fuck you. Fuck you, Yuya. Just, you know what? Just go out with me, Jean Feck.
Well, at the same time, she kind of thinks, well, he killed her brother.
Yeah, but I mean, at
I
least
can imagine that being kind of a difficult thing in a relationship.
not until like the last chapter so far. So
Well, before that, all she knew of him is he is a psychotic murderer who insults her every time he sees her.
who also she's like, oh, but he protected me. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should get my game going. But no, like characters that I mean specifically, like half the female characters in JoJo.
You mean any character?
Every character in every harem.
Yeah, I'm about to say harem. I was about to say it. I was trying to get the
Except the one character that's in every harem
He's
that's
just
like
like,
very obviously wants to fuck him and like tells him that daily, and he's like, nah,
bitch, you crazy.
bitch, you up on my dick too much.
My mama told me don't put your dick in crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, side
I-
note, that is probably a really good rule for you guys.
Side note, don't put your dick in crazy. I mean,
It never ends up well.
if a chick's like, okay, very specifically, Girlsaurus DX that I'm reading right now. If a chick like screams panty attack and like does a fucking Azuna drop on you,
What's
it's
with
like,
you?
look at my panties.
You're gonna keep on calling out Asuna drops, aren't you?
You know what? I only call Azuna drops when I see Azuna drops. It's not my fault that they're showing up more now. Is it?
I feel like you're going to Japan and like holding goddamn mangakas at gunpoint.
Do it. Draw it. No, but literally, she jumps out of a corner, grabs him and jumps and spins with his face like in her crotch, and then like slams him. It's an Azuna drop. That's the definition of an Azuna
I gotta
drop.
say, if anybody did that to me, we would not be friends.
No,
We cannot ever. I can never like see you.
this is
again.
also a manga though.
True. Admittedly,
Well, plus
a lot of things that happen in mangas are like, if this happened in real life, we cannot be friends.
Yeah, and I mean, plus the main character in this manga is terrified of women. He has gynophobia.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's not as nearly. That doesn't happen nearly as often as mangas make it out.
No,
to sea.
gynophobia? No. No, that doesn't. Actually, I haven't even seen much gynophobia in manga.
I've seen a few.
Like, I mean, actual gynophobia. Not like, oh, I'm kind of nervous around girls. Where it's like actual terrified, he has trauma because this chick beat him to almost death.
Remember that character in that one Tales game? Was it Tales of
Was that Vesperia?
No, it was before. It was the one before Vesperia. The one with
Oh,
Kratos.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that character.
And I'll try to
We're way off topic. So let's give our ratings for this manga.
All right. So art. 7 out of 10. It's clean.
Yeah,
It's good.
pretty clean.
Nothing's not like. Well, actually, what would we put as like a 9 or a 10 out of 10?
It has to be a very unique art style that feels very specialized for me.
All right.
Because it's good. It's really good for what it is, but it's not. I won't want to say generic, but it's kind of
But it's
generic. It sounds like it has a negative connotation to it, but I don't mean it negatively. I mean like you can see this in a lot of manga though. It's just really good at that.
Yes. All right. It's very clean. The fight scenes are very clear, and you know what's happening. Fight scenes are very, very well drawn.
Oh yeah, and that's one of my biggest points onto when I for battle manga, especially obviously when the fight scenes look bad, it kind of annoys the hell out of me. Berserk.
Facial expressions are pretty good. You can always tell what people are thinking. So, you know what? I'll revise that from a 7. I'll put it at 8.
Yeah, I can see an 8.
Just for
I won't give it
overall-
any higher than an 8 though.
Yeah. Let's story. It's pretty good. So, well, I can't talk about this one. So I'm not even gonna for the overall story. I like it. I do like the story.
Do you want to just go for an overall rating of everything?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, we don't have to do it individually. I'll give this manga a 7.5.
I'll give it. For me, who has read the entire manga, I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
Because of the art style, the storyline, and the characterization, I feel is really, really good in the series. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But
Go on.
overall, I do highly enjoy it.
Okay, yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot so far, and it's pretty good, but there's nothing that's been gripping so far for me. So if there's something that comes out of left field that kind of grips me into it, which from non-recorded talks about this manga seems like there's going to be.
Oh yeah, it's only real soon.
So-
It's gonna be.
So yeah. That so it'll bump it up to an 8 for me if that happens, but when that happens, obviously. So yeah, about a 7.5 on these chapters, an 8 when something hype happens. Because right now he's just been kind of beating the shit out of weak people.
Yeah. Oh no, you're gonna get that. You're gonna see a fight pretty damn soon where he fights somebody who's better than him.
Yeah, that's
It's a nice.
all right. Yeah,
It's probably one of the most OP fights, like the most one-sided fights in the series so far. Where it's just like this character could not have won. It's not gonna like. It's like you're not gonna win. I'm sorry, dude. You're just not gonna win right now.
I think the most no, you know what? The most OP fight has to be Kyo versus the little midget dude. I mean, come on. He beats the shit out of a midget.
Kyo doesn't matter who you are.
No,
Kyo does not discriminate in his murder.
I mean he kind of does discriminate in his murder. He only kills people who are attacking him.
Okay.
It's not like he just walks into a town and he's like, you.
He's not a serial killer.
Yay, Sky!
Oh god, did Sky break again?
Yay,
Can you not
Sky!
hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I said he's not a serial killer.
Yeah, he's not like he's a little insane, but he's not a serial killer. Pretty much is
Yeah.
all you can say. He's not Ted Bundy, more Ted DiBiase. If Ted DiBiase, well, wielded a katana at points.
Yeah.
Oh, why hasn't there been anyone who uses a katana in the WWE yet?
Somebody probably has.
Oh, it has to be, right?
Katana use.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking about WWE. I feel like that's the end of the
Dude
video.
Jack stabbed a man to death.
So,
He didn't stab him
yeah.
to death. He did stab him.
Rob Van Dam was killed. So.
Of course, that was a TNA, but still, he did like.
Yeah.
Just a picture of Kofi Kingston with a sword.
Okay.
Why
right.
do they have a secret warehouse with swords?
Hold on. Let me promote what we're doing next here. Pimp my channel out a bit, and then we can start talking about that shit. Cause, man. Okay. So we read Samurai Deeper this week. That means next week we're reading Sidonia no Kishi up to chapter 35. Why? It's also known as Knights of Sidonia for you non-Japanese speakers.
For you non-weeboo.
Not for you non-weebs. I was trying to say not weeb, like I wanted to say it without having the negative weeb connotation onto it. Because if that's what weeb means, I think we're both weebs.
Huh? There was.
But yeah,
There was a Raw segment where somebody pulled out a
Sick.
samurai sword. It
sick.
was in 1998.
But yeah,
Oh, he was going to
and
kill
then
his wife. It was a Japanese guy. Was going to kill his villain's Japanese was seeking revenge against his wife.
so racist. Okay.
Oh, was that time they're going to cut the dude's balls off? Oh,
Yeah, so
yeah,
Sidonia no
that.
Kishi up to 35 for next week. Week after that, Tokyo Ghoul / Tokyo Kushu. That's just both the titles to it. One's American, one's not. That's up to chapter 29. That is also the day after the anime comes out. So watch the anime and then come see us talk about the manga, and then you can see if it's similar or not. I don't fucking know. Look, just watch our show.
The end.
And then Akame ga Kill up to chapter whatever is released up to then, because you're going to want to read all this manga.
Unless you just don't.
No, it's not even unless you just don't. If you don't, you need to stop reading manga and leave. I hate you as a person. But yeah, we're going to read Akame ga Kill. And then that is it for our scheduled mangas, guys.
So yay.
So
That's
yay.
something else.
Until we have to find more manga to read.
Yeah.
JoJo's. Bruce can start reading all of JoJo's. But yeah, so check my channel out. Azrael Plays. I play games.
And that's
A,
all we.
a
And
lot
I
of the
am your
time with
host,
this guy.
and I am your host, Abanada, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.